is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Kevin in Orlando. Hey, Kevin, what's going on?
Hey, I'm doing great. You know, I am addicted to TFNN.
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. It's a great network, man. And I want to thank everyone out there, for making it a great network.
Well, it's great because I do outside sales, so I get to have the station on my phone the whole day. And when I go pick up the kids from school at 3 o'clock, they all love it and giving the old row. Educating the kids at a young age is a good thing.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night and a great week, folks. Forgive yourself. The supreme act of forgiveness is when you forgive yourself for all the wounds you've created in your life. Forgiveness is an act of self-love. When you forgive yourself, self-acceptance begins and self-love grows. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 40, NASDAQ up 19, S&P's down 4.5, gold contract up $2.70, trading at $1,360 an ounce. Silver up 14 cents at $20.49 an ounce. Platinum up $9 at $11.57 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.18 a pound. Light sweet crude down $1.57, trading at $40.40 a barrel. Oil contract, folks, getting toasted. Wide price spread, accelerated volume. That baby's going down to that 38 level. 10-year note down 8 ticks. 132.25. 30-year bond off a full point. 173.15. Both the 10-year note and the 30-year bond is backing down with lighter volume. We went topside on Friday with volume. Bottom line, that's saying that notes and bonds want higher price, lower yield. King dollar up 209 ticks, trading at 95.70. Now, King dollar came down hard Friday, had an expansion of volume, had price spread. That's saying that right now King dollar is trying to get in its higher range once again. I expect King dollar is going to be kind of choppy for the next couple weeks out here. It is building cause to get back topside, but after you come down that fast and furious, it has to build some cause. Euro is down 10 right now, trading at $1.11, and the yen is at 102. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? What I expect you're going to see out here today, folks, this has been really subtle going all the way back to July 14th. Now, in the SPY, you had an ABC structure on the way up with a price projection of 218.90. My take is that we're not going to make it. That's the bottom line. Why? Well, you've been up here for a long period of time. The volume is dying on the vine, and the big dogs in the NDX 100 already came out. So that being said, you had the XLE turn south, oil turn south. I expect that's the first sector that is south going downtown, and they'll be dragging some other sectors down with it. If we get the cash S&P to close under the 2175.63 today, that's going to be a failure on price and on volume. And then we'll see how we back off this area. NDX 100, you go to the NDX 100, that's still at a higher high. That was a bad tick out here today, but let me see where we're at. We are at, let's see, 116. I'm going to put up actually the futures, NQU6. Inside the Qs is a bad tick out there. So the futures right now are at 47.45, and if you close over the 47.36, it's saying you can go higher. My take is that this thing's getting stretched, and we're just about there, even in the NDX 100. Inside the NDX, the composite in general, it's the IBB that was putting juice underneath it. That being said, the IBB is going to have a really tough time getting into and over, which it's trying to do right now, the swing area from this downdraft of January 15th. The high of that is 304. If we get the IBB closing under the 289 again, that's a failure on price and volume also. The IBB last week was going topside with 6.8 million shares versus 19.5. So bottom line, you're coming up into ice. That's where I expect you're going to see that baby get sold. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold's hanging tough. Gold contract out here, sideways move. We're at 1360. It didn't get over the high of Friday, so the bottom line, that's 1362. If it stays right here, guess what? We'll be until tomorrow and see where it flies. The volume is dying on the vine, but what we didn't do today inside the gold contract is hit the highs from Friday. So as long as it doesn't hit the highs from Friday, it'll have a shot to get up into that 1362 area. The 10-year notes. The notes and the bonds seem to be, once again, giving the cleanest information out here. And what you have is this. Friday, what ends up happening, we go topside and volume starts coming out of the bonds once again. We did 1.5 million contracts on Friday. We go from 132 to 133.04. We're backing down now with 915,000. What that is setting up, that sets up a run to the highs once again, correlation-wise. We go take a look at the 30-year. What we have with the 30-year is this. 30-year. 30-year is trading down 1 point. Also dramatically lighter volume. We're talking about 188,000 contracts. Went topside Friday with 316. That's saying that 30 is also going to go right after its highs of 177.11. So big numbers. Let's go to Carlos in California. Hey, Carlos, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Cool, man.
Tom, I want to ask you about the futures on gasoline. I bought 2 contracts this morning, and it's barely turning green right now. Seems like it's not going to look as bad as oil, but I want your opinion.
So are we talking the, let's see, the XBU?
It's actually /RB, Richard Boy.
I think, okay, is it, what, we might have just different symbols. Is it the Rebob? Yes, it's trading at $1.30, right?
Yes, it's trading exactly around that price.
Okay, so we have the same one, man. I'd get out of it. I wouldn't stay there.
Okay.
I mean, if you're long, this thing looks like it wants to go down to $1.11.
Oh, no.
You know, because
Right.
this contract got to 133.89 today, and it looks like it's setting up another ABC structure on the way down and going after the swing point from February 9th.
Oh, well, I'm going to get out before the close. All right, Tom.
Cooking, brother.
Thank you very much.
Have a great one,
Bye.
man. Have a safe one. Dow Industrials right now, folks, are down 35. You get the NASDAQ up 21. S&Ps are off 4.5. You stay right there, folks. We have our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, coming up next, growling and prowling with you.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 52. You get the Nasdaq up 15. S&Ps are off 6.5. And as we do each and every Monday at 20 past the first hour, we have our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. And don't forget, folks, Steve's got a great show every trading day right here at TFNN, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Get that program right on your cell phone. Just go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. You're going to get great HD quality video as well as audio. Now, when you come over to our website at TFNN, what you're going to see right on the front page, you're going to see Japanese Candlestick Workshop Live with our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. This is a subscriber event, which that means specifically, folks, if you're a subscriber of Mastering Probability, you come to the event. Now, if you're not a subscriber, you can also come to this event. The way this would work, and this is a one-time deal. You know, most times Steve's letter is $149 a month. You can pay $49 for the first month. Bottom line, you get the workshop, you get his money management workshop, and you get his newsletter for a full month. Bottom line is that the workshop alone is worth a lot more than $49. But check it out on the front page of TFNN. It's going to be on August 10th from 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. Steve Rhodes, what's going on?
Well, you know, thanks for that introduction, Tom. And it is the most valuable lesson, the most valuable aspect when it comes to trading and investing is going to be what we're going to be covering inside this workshop, which is 9 days from today.
Okay.
So it's going to be Wednesday, August 10th. It's going to be from 5 to 6 p.m. And like always, we're going to archive it on subscribers' pages. So if you're vacationing, it's no problem. You'll have access to it for 30 days, which is really important. And what I want listeners to understand is that the entire purpose at 9:30, you know, each day when the market opens, buyers and sellers have just one function for you and I, and that is to create these Japanese candlesticks. And I'm going to teach subscribers how to correctly read the message of the market. So on Wednesday the 10th, from 5 to 6, I'm going to teach subscribers the most important Japanese candlesticks, and there's 28 different candlesticks.
Okay.
But here's what I'll be teaching. You only really need to learn 12. But in reality, you only need to learn 6 because the same 6 bullish candles have the exact opposite on the bearish side.
Yes.
So I'm going to be able to narrow things down so that subscribers can really wrap their head around it versus reading books and materials. There's great books and materials, but they're going to cover all 28. You're not going to know which ones that you want to focus on. So I'll also teach subscribers how to identify the market's next move, how to overcome the fear associated with putting on a trade, by teaching them how and when to pull the trigger, by letting the market commit to them before they commit to it, and then how to manage a trade to maximize results. Now, it doesn't matter what stage somebody is at, no matter what experience somebody has, the questions that they have, the doubts, the frustrations, I can absolutely tell you that I've been there, I've done that, and I have the solution. I have the solution that unlocks the code to the markets. And it all begins with Japanese candlesticks. And the cool thing, Tom, about Japanese candlesticks is it's the one thing that stops us from looking like a deer caught in the headlights out there. So when we take a look at Japanese candlesticks, and let me give you an example of what some of the things that we'll be covering at the workshop. And for you and I, you know, you're this amazing artist, and you're this amazing artist because you start with a chart that's a blank palette. You know, and either you've got candlesticks or you've got bar charts or what have you, but you visually can hone in on exactly what it is that you're looking for. And I want to be able to teach people how to do that as well. So we'll start with our blank chart and the pattern. And then when it comes to trading and investing, there's really 5 elements that we want to focus on. Psychology and Japanese candlesticks are what helps us to understand the psychology of the markets. The other elements that are important: rules-based system, risking 1% or less, and that comes with the money management workshop that you mentioned, you know, for for people that want to sign up for $49. The trading systems that are used inside the newsletter. So the newsletter is not just actionable for what it is that we're going to do and why, but it really teaches. So it's a teaching newsletter as well, and it'll teach the buying and selling of the D point. And so when we take a look at one of the more valuable patterns that you happened to mention just a short time ago, the A to B equals CD pattern, what I often refer to as the lightning bolt. And what I do is I teach people how to buy and sell the D point. But when it comes to these A, B, C, D patterns, and this is a thing that I really was able to wrap my head around in the early stages, was that the 1-to-1, that means the expansion of the C to D leg, equals the A to B only 60% of the time. And that means that we really have to become masters of identifying the other 40% when there's the other expansion. Because if you were to just simply sell or buy every D point on the 1-to-1, you'd have a lot of losing trades out there. And there is a better way to do it. So the question is pretty simple. How do we know when that pattern is complete? Let me take, for example, the last bottom that formed inside the QQQ series ETF. It made, by the way, a 1 to 1.272, almost to the tick, A to B equals CD to the downside. Now, how do we know that that pattern was getting ready to reverse? It's really simple, because on June 28th, what was formed was a bullish reversal signal called the bull sash out there. And that was the signal. You see, you know, when it made the 1-to-1, which was a couple of days prior, that was not necessarily, in fact, that was not when the market was done moving to the downside. And so here's an example of where one of those other 40% moves on the A to B equals CD pattern. And that question I often get is, well, how long are prices going to move higher? For example, right now, that is the mode that we're in. And if we take a look at the QQQ series, there's only been one bearish reversal candle since that bottom that came in on June the 28th. Those little bearish engulfing candle right around the 14th or 15th of July out here. And prices will continue to move higher until there is a bearish reversal signal. And now, just as an example, we talked about how the A to B equals CD pattern, Tom, only makes a 1-to-1 60% of the time. Right now, the Qs are in the process of completing an A to B equals CD. They've surpassed the 1-to-1 level, which was $113. They today surpassed the $115 mark, which is the 1.272. So unless a bearish reversal signal comes into the marketplace, which it could tomorrow, we'll just have to see how things trade, the Qs at this stage are signaling to you and I that they want to move to the 117.45 level. That would be the next level on that A to B, or that would be the next level really of the C to D leg. So I'm on watch. My subscribers are on watch for a bearish reversal signal. Now, this works for all time frames. So whether it's an intraday chart, such as a 30-minute chart, we were just looking at daily charts. But I want to throw out an absolute caution sign by reading the message of the markets. And that is the weekly chart for gold. And we take a look at the weekly chart for gold. Most of the significant tops are formed with a bearish engulfing candle, which is what formed a few weeks ago. And when it formed a few weeks ago, it was right at the top of a descending trend line. So it says be careful. Folks, the ultimate trading signals are Japanese candlesticks on a Wednesday, August 10th, 9 days from now from 5 to 6. You can gain access by signing up for my daily newsletter service. And as Tom said, it's normally $149. You can get that exclusive offer right now for just $49. And Tom is right. The value of what you're going to learn at this program is it's worth its weight in gold.
And we got a great trading market, folks. It's a beautiful thing. So
We
come
do.
over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see it right in the very top. Japanese Candle Workshop, live with our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. You can sign up right now, right here. Steve, have a great one, a safe one. We look forward to the show tomorrow. Thank you. Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrials right now are down 55. NASDAQ is up 13. S&Ps are off 7. We're going to be right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow down 16, NASDAQ's up 13, S&Ps are off 7.5. Let's go to Mike in New Hampshire. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hi, Tom.
How you doing?
Boy, do I love listening to you.
Thank you so much,
You do a terrific
man.
job.
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here, man.
I'm looking at YRD, and I'm not sure if I'm reading it correctly, but it looks to me like an A in around the middle of June, a B towards the latter part, of May, or the early part, or late, the middle part of May.
Okay.
And then in June, early part of June, looks like a B, a C over around early July on the D run right now. And the volume is greater today than it was Friday, and it keeps on increasing. The stock has gone up from roughly 19 and a half to close to 30 in a couple of weeks. Do you see it running more, or am I reading it right?
Let's take a look at it. Okay, so this is YRD, online consumer finance business. It provides both online, offline marketplace connecting borrowers and investors, as well as wealth management services. Okay, they serve customers in China. So the low's 335, the high's 29.88. That's today. We'll bring this back. Let me put this on a weekly. Okay, so yeah, you definitely took out the B point with volume. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we had a few of them. Okay, so if I did this one, 335 to 14, that's approximately $10. That gets you 20. Just blew that one away. This is 10 to 17. That gets you 19.8. Blew that one away too. Yeah, you get some action here, man. This is what the problem is a little though. The extension on this is so huge that that could turn into a problem. So the extension from 10, if I take the extension from $10 in June, so May 13th, the week of May 13th hit 10.02. The next leg was 17.40. Let's just see this for a second. So if we take, what I'm going to do here, folks, is this. What we're looking for, so you get 17.40 minus the 10.02. Okay, so that gives us $7.38. Now, if I multiply that times 1.618, I get $11.94. What I'm doing here, it's not good, folks, when you do 1 to 1.618 expansion or contraction. On a buy, an expansion of that level, bottom line, gets you a change of trend pretty quickly. 4, 2, 3, 4. So that's 24.89. We're at 28, man. So we've done a unbelievable. We've done a 1 to 2 ABC up. I'd take some money off the table, Mike. You know,
okay.
What happens with these is that when you do an expansion that big, you know, I mean the stock looks great, but it'll pull back. That's, you know, another way. Let me just look at something here. 1 second. If we do, it's coming out the 9th. Yeah, I'd take some of it off, man. I mean, that's what I'd do.
Okay.
Because these are consistent enough that, you know, maybe the 9th they're going to come out with the numbers and, you know, it's going to pull back. But that expansion is just way too much, man.
Okay. Okay. I'm sure that's good advice.
Well, I don't, you know, listen, I'm giving you what I'm giving you.
I can't lose if I do.
Yeah, and what I'm giving you is that these expansions, when they go so dramatically, can come back at you pretty quick. I mean, it looks to me like they're in a great business, too. I mean, that's the other side of it. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, yeah, you know, when you're talking, all these fintech companies, folks, that if they can get it right, they're going to make a fortune. They're going to bang into all these big banks. Like, so this company here is, you talk about growing by leaps and bounds. In 2013, they did $3 million. 2014, $31 million. 15, $209 million. This year, they're going to do $413 million. You know, so they got the business plan correct. You know, so
yeah,
listen, man. I'd still take some of it off. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
Cooking, brother.
Great. Thanks very much.
Have a great one, man.
Appreciate it.
You too. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's go take a look at some of the Dow stocks out here. So what do we have? We have, let's see. You got Honeywell down 68. Oh, I know. We got to go to the oil market. So XLE. So check it out, folks. XLE down today, 20 million shares, $2.40. This is going after the swing low out there that was established on the 27th of June. That's 64.11. We did 21 million shares there. That's coming into that level with volume. That's saying it's not only going to go after it, folks. Your probability is that it will bust it. Now, if we bust that area, you're going to be down at 59 pretty quickly. If we go to the Exxon Mobil and Chevron, what you're going to see, Exxon goes south today. Went south on Friday and then rejected lower price. Today, see ya. No more buyers. Bottom line, Exxon's on its way down to, it looks like 82. Right now we're at 85.79. Chevron, we go take a look at Chevron. Chevron also is busting out lows out here. Chevron's going after the $98.77 from June 16th, and that's going to bust that with volume. My take here, it looks to me, folks, that the oil and gas sector is the first sector off the high at the beginning of a contraction. And my take is that we're in it right now. The real question is going to be, when does the NDX 100 and the NASDAQ Composite give it up? The S&Ps, if we take a look at that cash S&P, it looks like it's going to give it up today. What you're going to have is that you got to a higher high. The lower that we close, bottom line is that the more bearish the whole deal will be, because we've been at the same place since July 14th, and it hasn't been able to handle higher price. It stayed where it was, meaning at highs, but guess what? When you're at highs and you have light volume, which we've had, it's just a matter of when the switch gets pulled, and I suspect the switch is pulled. What is unusual out here today is that you had all the big cap NASDAQ stocks come out with the numbers, so we know what those numbers are. You have window dressing, and window dressing, normally, they can get this thing going. They absolutely should have been able to get this going today and tomorrow with the type of market that we've had, and guess what? They couldn't. So what that is saying is that for the amount of buying that is in the market on a natural basis, what happens with window dressing is that that's a natural basis that people get money taken out of their paychecks at the first of the month. That's a natural basis. For that amount of money coming into the marketplace, getting used, that is saying at this particular point, especially inside the S&P, that there is larger numbers of sell orders in the marketplace, and they're selling right into those orders. Let's go to Dave in Orlando. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Cool. Hey, you're talking about what I was calling in for, which is oil. I keep a watch list of 10, 12, 15 different names, and I was looking at the charts on most of those, and the theme of what you're talking about is obviously true, but my question is one of timing. Most of them seem to be coming down to about the 200-day moving average. Okay. A lot of them are. And do we let it jump or bump for a couple of days and then the next whoosh down through the 200, or do you just get in now?
Yeah, just stay with me for a second. We're coming right back, folks. You stay right there.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 41. Nasdaq's up 17. S&Ps are down 5.5. We're talking with Dave from Orlando. We're talking about oil and the oil equities. So, Dave, when you're saying that, I see, Chevron's Exxon's coming down there, Chevron's coming down there. So, are you looking to buy these oil equities?
No, sir. I'm looking to sell them short, whether it's through the DUG or some other.
I see. So, if that's the case, then what you want to wait for is a decent bounce here.
Yeah.
What we had on, and this was real tricky, on Friday. You had a rejection of lower price. You did have a slight expansion of volume, and it just gave it up today. More than likely, what I think you're going to see is that the XLE is at 64.96. Mm-hmm. 64.11 is the swing it's going after. Now we'll see whether that holds, and then you get a bounce. If it doesn't hold, well, then I don't bite, because you have to wait for the first bounce, because the XLE looks to me, and this will take a couple months, but it wants to go to 54. It wants to go to the swing point of February 11th. That's the way it's set up. So there's plenty of time, for a bounce in between this. And more than likely, what will happen is that it will go from one sector to a different sector. One sector bounces a little. Nothing always, goes down and up at the same time, folks. But what has happened is that it looks to me that you have the oil sector, oil and gas sector is the first one off the highs. It has the volume. It's breaking swing points with volume. So, when you get a bounce, then the drill. It's just bounce at light volume. You get a decent one going. Then you can fire away, man.
I really appreciate it, Tom.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Take care.
Thank you. 877-927-6648. So inside the Dow Industrials today, the strength versus the weakness is this. Apple is the strength. That's up 1.6%. Pfizer's up 1.2. Walmart is up 1.1. And Procter & Gamble is up 0.8. Taken away from it is Chevron. That's down 3.6%. Exxon's down 3.5%. Verizon's off 1.7%. And Caterpillar is down 1%, that is. Inside the NDX 100, what do we have? The strength versus the weakness. Your strength is Biogen. Biogen is up 4.3% or $12.59. Alexa Pharmaceutical is up 4% or $5.31. Netflix is up 3.4 or $3. Taken away from it is Western Digital down 3.2%. Citrix down 2.7%. Viacom off 2.6%. And Mattel off 2.2%. If we go over to the big dog here, Biogen, and take a look at it, this is what you have happening with Biogen. Biogen goes topside. It's up $12. That being said, what Biogen is doing is this. Biogen got taken apart big time the week of July 24th of 2015. That's when Biogen went from $412 to $299. We did that, folks, at 7.6 million shares. That's what it's going into. I don't expect that at the end of this week that Biogen will be above the 299.77. And what does that set up? That sets up another failure. So yeah, that's your strongest biotech today. Regeneron, R-E-G-N, also strong. The biotechs, in fact, were the strongest out of the gate this morning. Regeneron, same type of setup. Regeneron right now is an equity that's down from $605. It's trading $434. It's going into 6.2 million, and last week we did 3.9. You know, we'll see whether Regeneron can hold the 437 area. 437 is at what a gun for today. That's a small swing going all the way back from February 5th. You know, so what I do expect we're going to see out here is a lot more volatility all week, and I do expect you're going to see some selling. If we go over to the UK, it started in the UK today. That's the real bottom line, folks. The United Kingdom, they hit a high out there of 67.69 today and ended up closing at 66.93. So what the UK did is that in one day it just took back all the trading from July 12th. If we go to the DAX in Germany, you're going to see the same type of setup. What happened with the DAX in Germany? Excuse me, folks. DAX in Germany got to 10,459 and closed out at 10,330. So same type of setup, 10,474. That's it's going to be interesting with the DAX because the DAX didn't make its high of April 21st. You know, so that when you start putting that together, it's like, guess what? Money start rolling out of those indices, and we'll see what kind of selling we get in our own indices. And what I do expect you're going to see here, you know, with only a few minutes left in the day, you're going to see a little bit more selling. Not a huge amount. It's going to be a little subtle, but you're going to see a little more selling. If we look at the Qs first, I mean the S&Ps, the E-mini. The E-mini right now is trading out at 2164, and the lows out here are 2159 for today. And it has enough time to try to get back into that level. You know, I mean, it came down pretty fast from the 2172 area, but it does have time to get back down into that lower level. If we go look at the NQs, which have been the strongest, they gave it up pretty good. They just charged back again. They're not going to give the whole thing up on one swoop, but the NQs are as high as 4760 today. Got down to the 4721, and at that 21 area, no, let's see, no, at 4733. 4733, which was hit at 1220 today, that has some juice down there, and that's a high volume swing intraday, which very well could get tested once again today. We go look at the small caps, the IWM. Small caps out here didn't get to another high. It would have been nice if they did. I would like to see the small caps actually get over the $121 from Friday. Bottom line is it didn't. We'll see how it pulls down. We've done 23 million shares. We did 30 million on Friday, so that is not a test. That's why I would have liked to see it get down into those levels. Some of the higher volume stocks, and I believe what we're going to have out here today is a low volume market, is you have Ford is off 20 cents. You got Chesapeake Energy off 33. General Electric is flat. We get Freeport-McMoRan down 49. Microsoft is up 18. Transocean's down 72. You get Exxon off 323. Regions Financial is off 17. Let's go take a look at U.S. Steel's been on a tear. Yeah, that's only pulling back slightly. U.S. Steel, 26.58. Pulling back today 90 cents with light volume. So there's no doubt what has happened is that the ore market in general has caught a bid, the iron ore market. We go take a look at the Microsoft, MSFT. So Microsoft out here gapped higher on its earnings, and now it's having a hard time getting up and over this $56.84 price point. It's been testing it out. This is the 8th day in a row it's been testing it out and hasn't been able to get up and over it. So, we'll see 56.77. Yeah, 56.77 is the benchmark on this baby. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials right now are down 45. NASDAQ is up 18. S&Ps are off 5.5. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 45. You get the NASDAQ up 18. S&Ps are down 6. If we take a look at the volume out here, what you're going to have in the NYSE, we're going to come in with probably about 825, 850. So that's light volume in the NYSE. Take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's going to come in at about 2 billion. NASDAQ volume has been pretty good. So how we close here is going to be important. On the composite, it looks like we're going to close over the 51.75, but that would be the number as we come into the close. 51. You close over 51.75.81. Guess what? You could go higher. You close underneath it. That bottom line would be a failure. If we go take a look at the SPY, the SPY SPY got to a price point today of $217.65. If you remember, the ABC structure was 218.90. I don't expect it to make it. In fact, what we have out here today is that I suspect we're going to see a failure on price, on volume, all of the above. Subtle, but guess what? That's what it is, and we'll see how it shakes out. And when I say we'll see how it shakes out, what that means specifically, folks, is that so it failed today. If we pull back tomorrow, do you get an expansion of volume? If you get the expansion of volume on the pullback, that is a higher probability that things are going to keep going south. If you take a look at the XLE, if you want to see how that works, you'll see that the XLE hung at the highs 5 days, and then guess what? It was settled, but on the 20th of July, the XLE was still at $69. That's where volume started coming out. It went from 69 to 68, and volume started going out at 11 million. That's after making highs with 9 million, 10 million, and it was testing 18 million and testing 21 million. So you can see the correlation on that last test was pretty dramatic. So 12 million versus the last high of 15 versus the last high of 20. That's what you look, last high of 21. That's what you're looking for, and then you're looking for the correlation that you have the test on lighter volume, or listen, if it's a successful test, you have it on heavier volume going up. Either way, but in this case it was lighter volume. Then for something that's going down, as you back off, you want to see the volume expand. And what you'd like to see is it be subtle, something like that on the 20th. The reason being, it doesn't look like a lot, but percentage-wise, that was a good expansion. And then, of course, 3 days later, you expanded volume again to 16 million. Today we're out here with 22 million. So what does tend to happen is that as you accelerate down, or as they accelerate up, we're talking about down right now. As you accelerate down, what you normally see is like a little choo-choo train. The volume starts heavier and heavier and heavier until it gets to a lower swing point, and then most of the time, if you've come down 5 or 6 points before you get to that lower swing point, most of the time that swing point should hold, and then you get a bounce. As you get that bounce out of there, that's when you'll be looking for saying, okay, you're bouncing on lighter volume. Are you setting up a B to a C of an ABC structure on the way down? And that's what I expect you're going to see inside some of these oils. Because if we do take a look at them, like Chevron also. Chevron is at 98, but these things have had a great run. And they want to pull back, man. I mean, it was a one-way trade from the beginning of January. Chevron was at $75, runs up to 107. And now the way it's set up is, 96 is game. And if Chevron breaks 96, it's going to be down at 85 in about a heartbeat. And 85 to 81, I suspect it should hold there. Why? Well, both of those are swing lows, but the highs of those swing lows have quite a bit of volume. So I suspect that's going to be the first place down. Now, if we come down there and we're hitting those with volume and then we bounce, that's not going to be the end. That's going to be then to start building cause for lower price. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming back. We still got more numbers coming out this week. Dow Industrials down 38. NASDAQ is up 18. S&Ps are off 5. We're going to be right back.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Alex in Newton. Hey, Alex, what's going on, brother?
Hi, Tom. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, man.
Subscribed for your gold report. I've been following you for a while. The first time I subscribed for it. And what I love about your gold report is that you give us a direction. You give us an overview of the whole market, and you leave final decision to us because you give a lot of ideas. After that, you can choose whatever you want to follow, whatever you don't.
Yeah.
That is great.
Okay, brother.
Thank you.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one.
Thanks.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's kick off a great month, folks. August 1st. Hard to believe. Pretty cool. Be impeccable with your word. Let go of self-judgment and blame. Being impeccable You take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself for anything. That's a hard one to wrap your head around. I don't get that one. Being impeccable, you take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself for anything. God bless you. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 27, NASDAQ up 22, S&P's down 3.5, gold contract up $3.50, trading at $1,361 an ounce. Silver up 14 cents at $20.49 an ounce. Platinum up $9 at $1,157 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.18 a pound. Light sweet crude got toasted and roasted. Down $1.59, $40.02. Looks like light sweet crude's going to go after that swing point of 38 bucks. 10-year note down 10 ticks, 132.23. 30-year bond down a full point, 5 ticks, 173.09. Both the 10 and the 30-year bonds and notes pull back with lighter volume after going higher on Friday, folks. Bottom line, looks to me like the notes and the bonds want higher price again. Once again, higher price equals lower yield. King dollar. King dollar up 239 ticks, 95.73. Now, King dollar came down hard last Friday, had an expansion with volume, jumped back in the higher range today. I suspect it's going to be quite a kind of choppy, though. It's going to have to build some cars to get up into that higher price. Euro. The euro is trading at $1.11, and the yen is at 102. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so cash S&P today went to 2178.29. You got over the highs of the 20th of July, which is 2175.63. We did it with lighter volume. S&P failed on price, failed on volume. You know, if we go over to the SPY, we had an ABC structure on the way up that we were looking to finish for quite a while. Bottom line, I don't expect it's going to finish. That projection was 218.90. Right now, you're 216.94. Bottom line, same type of setup. Got to a higher high, couldn't hold price. Now the kicker is going to be this: we're in window dressing today and tomorrow. Unusual that they couldn't hold price. We'll see if we get a downdraft tomorrow, and do we get an expansion with volume? That's the number. If you can get the downdraft, but without an expansion with volume, you can be right topside. NDX 100. NDX 100 is staying at its highs. The NDX 100 today closed out at 115.84. It looks like it was a bad tick up there, hitting it up at 118. But the bottom line is that we're at 115.84, which is 30 cents over the high. So that's saying yes, it can get higher. The composite. I suspect the composite and the NDX 100 are going to be turning with the market, folks. The composite is trading at 51.84. It's going to have to close under 51. That's a higher high. That's saying it can go higher. That being said, I expect you to see both of them turn, whether it's tomorrow or the next day. The XLE. The XLE is basically saying quite a bit, folks. The XLE went downtown again today, 30 million shares. Huge volume blowout. The XLE, the oil market, that is the first sector that has turned lower with a vengeance, by the way. The oil market, just so you can wrap your head around that for a second, the oil market has been down for quite a bit, if going back 2 or 3 years. But just since June, it's down 22%. June 9th, it was $52. It's $39.99 right now. It's going after the swing point of $38.67, and more than likely we're going to see it down to $34.69, which is pretty intense, man. So you can expect a lot more volatility in that market, and what I do expect you're going to see is a lot more selling inside the oil and gas sector, which sucks down the S&P. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold's still hanging tough. I do expect a turn here, but bottom line, it's not on the agenda yet. We're at 1360. We'll see whether it can handle the 1366. It didn't test the highs of Friday yet, so that was actually bullish for today because there wasn't enough volume. If it had tested the high of Friday today and closed under 1362, that would be bearish. Bottom line, didn't test it yet. I expect more than likely overnight we're going to see that test come in. The notes and the bonds. The notes and the bonds, folks, are projecting higher prices once again in the notes and the bonds, which is higher prices, lower yields. We came down $10 today inside the 10-year. We're at 132. The high of this 10-year is 134.07. Looks to me it's going to go right after it again. The 30-year bond, same type of setup. And in that correlation, bottom line, what was really unusual on Friday is that bonds breaking topside when, in fact, the market stayed up. What you had out here today is that you had a flat market, bonds pull back slightly. This correlation here, this 30-year, we're at 173.07. That wants 177.11. And, you start seeing bonds make a run for the highs once again. What that's going to be all about, that's all going to be about folks, bottom line, wanting their money back, and that's it, And remember something, folks, okay? If you're buying, whether it's, 10-year bonds, 30-year bonds, 20-year U.S. bonds, and you hold them till they expire, no problem. You're going to get what you need out of them, meaning you know exactly what the percentage rate is. If you are in a bond fund, that's when you got to really watch out. Bond funds are whole different animals. That's a word to the wise, believe me. We go take a look at the good old King Dollar. So King Dollar, this is the number on King Dollar. King Dollar did 11,000 contracts today, which is weak volume. Friday, we came down, and we came down on Friday. We came down with 35,000 contracts. Now, we were going into 66,000, but we got, and what we were going into, folks, was June 24th. The low of June 24th is 93.70. The high is 96. What King Dollar did today is get back inside the higher range, which is 93.37. So, we'll see whether it can get some juice and, make a run for these highs once again. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there. We'll be coming right back with some numbers for you, folks. Dow Industrials closed down 27. NASDAQ up 22. S&P's off 3.5. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go over and take a look at Frontier Communications. That just came out with numbers. So Frontier closed at 508. It's trading at 491. Let's see what they have to say. So the revenue estimate was $2.74 billion. They took in $2.6 billion, so they missed that target. Earnings per share, it looks like they were. Okay, so lost 3 cents. Estimate lost 3 cents. Okay, so the estimate loss was 3 cents. They lost 2 cents. Bottom line is that this baby still wants lower price. $4.95. Yeah, and this is down in the Tampa area, folks. This is the company that bought all the FiOS lines. And I don't think, well, we're fine with them now, but it was a real problem transferring over. Let's put it that way. And it seems that there's still plenty of complaints that are out there. So this looks like it wants to go back and test the 457 area once again. AMKR. Let's see what this equity is. This is a semiconductor packaging and test service company. This closed at $6.45. This is trading at $7.34, so this got a little bump up. And earnings per share 2 cents. They had a second quarter earthquake cost of 4 cents a share. It's pretty intense. They came out with some good numbers compared to what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to lose 8 cents and they made 2. So bottom line is that that's some action. It's trading at 7.25 right now. We put this on a monthly. It's been here for quite a while. Well, it's gonna try to get into. That's not bad. This is gonna try to get into the top of its consolidation. So it's not a bad setup actually. This thing can run to 10.05. So it's not that bad at all, no doubt. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go over and we take a look at the silver. So silver, folks, okay, this has been intriguing. You know, the silver contract itself has been a bit stronger than the gold contract. Now, on a subtle basis, what it did out here today is that it failed. So coming into tomorrow morning is going to be intriguing to see how this thing shakes out. Because what the difference is that the gold contract stayed at its highs, did not test the high of Friday. And so what that does is that you have to have the test first before you knew whether it's going to, fail or not. Silver, however, did get over the $20.58. We closed underneath it, and we did 56,000 contracts. The way that sets up is that would be a failure on price and volume. And so we'll see whether it can kick back into the lower end of this consolidation, which is the 1993 to 1927 area. Because what has happened inside the gold and silver complex, the silver equities are stronger than the gold equities right now. And they seem to be pushing it just a little, pushing it up, that is. Let's go over and take a look at Williams, WMB. I think this is the pipeline. This is Williams Company, energy infrastructure company. Yeah, it's the hydrocarbon pipelines. They own both I guess it's natural gas. Yeah, it's a natural gas pipeline. So this closed at $22.53. It's trading at same price. Well, even bump up. No, it was down $1.44. It's up like 30 cents right now. Okay, so the estimate was 20 cents. They made 19. We take a look at this. What should be happening? Yeah, this has been up a bit because natural gas itself has caught a small bid. So this is an equity that got destroyed. It was 61 bucks in June of last year. It goes down to 10 bucks. Oh man, that's intense. But I like, this is a consolidation. I like how this is coming off the lows. Let's go over and take a look at that natural gas market. So natural gas right now is trading at 272. It was down 3.5% today. That being said, natural gas has had quite a few really nice signs of strength. Last Thursday rather. Remember, 10:30 every Thursday. That's when those natural gas numbers come out. This had big numbers. 249,000. Natural gas goes from 260 to 289, and you're backing down with light volume. This would be beautiful if this backed down to 260 right as you're coming into the numbers this coming Thursday, because that would be a buy. Because you off these lows at $2. You hit the $2.99 mark on July 1st, and it looks like it's going to build some cause for a higher price. The oil market, different animal altogether. Let's go look at Schlumberger. A lot of these equities are just they're like Schlumberger it's at the high of the last 6 months, but you can see even today you had a small pickup of volume as that baby continued into lower price. If we go over to Transocean, rig, you take a look at rig, same type of setup in rig. 22 million shares come out of the equity today, and the lowest swing point here is $8.84. Right now we're at 10 bucks. This is down from $13. So these oil and gas equities, they've taken quite a beating. They love what I've found is this, and that's why I like trading them. They love large consolidations, folks, and they stay in large consolidations for like years. So like this rig, the bottom of this consolidation is like 840 right now, and the top of it is 13. Well, when you get $4.50 for a small numbered stock, meaning whether it's $8 or $10, that's a nice consolidation to be in. So we'll see how it attacks the lower end of this consolidation, and if the oil market holds up itself. What has happened is this, is that the oil contract itself was coming down. Then what ended up happening yesterday was Saudi Arabia came across the bow of Iran and lowered the wholesale price of crude oil, light sweet crude, in Asia. That's where the fight is on. The fight is on right now for the wholesale price in Asia, and they lowered it. What the headline was about? They lowered it $1.30. Now, we really don't know what actually is the price that they are paying. We just know that for wholesalers, it came down another $1.30, and of course that came right over into the cash market, the futures market, put some heavy selling into that market, and I don't expect that to be over for a bit. Why? Because what you do have there is that that $40 level is a psychological level. There's no doubt about that. The 38 is right below it, and it's like, guess what? Fundamentally, they're coming down in the price. Technically, it wants to go there. Path of least resistance is where? Downtown. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, swim lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And it looks here. I'm going to read you this article because it looks that we'll get some volatility in our markets tomorrow because as we are kicking into our Monday night, Japan's kicking into their Tuesday, and the government of Japan is going to announce their stimulus package. Actually, they're doing this a day early. This just came across. So Japan's government is set to announce details Tuesday of a 28 trillion each 273 billion of our cash stimulus package as it seeks to bolster the economy threatened by a strengthening yen and weak consumer spending. The Prime Minister Abe flagged the size of the stimulus package in a speech last week, saying more investment was needed to expand the third world's largest economy. He said that it would be used to better provide port facilities for cruise ships and accelerate the construction of the high-speed train line. So it's going to be an infrastructure announcement, I believe. About $7 trillion of the total will consist of actually spending, according to a person familiar with the matter. The rest being made up of loans or other financials, probably spread over 7 years. The Cabinet's expected approval of the package comes as exporters grapple with the yen's rise, Britain's vote to leave the European Union, and a slowdown in emerging economies. At the same time, concern is growing that the Bank of Japan is running out of options for further easing after it made only minor policy adjustments in the meeting last week. So the two entities, so you get the Bank of Japan, that's like our Fed, then you got, of course, the government. The Bank of Japan last week came out, did nothing. Now there's going to be the government. The fiscal spending will probably include public works spending so that we can expect something of an economic boast, said an economist at Numerous Securities Company. but such growth may not be sustainable. Abe is also aiming to expand the economy by 20% by 2020. That's quite a goal when they've been going up like 1% or contracting to go up 2020 by 20% by 2020. To do this, he pledged measures that bolster household incomes and stabilize shrinking labor force by increasing the birth rate and providing more care facilities for the children and elderly. After announcing in June that he would put off an increase in sales tax, he promised last week to tap reserves in the Employment Insurance Fund to lower premiums and increase payouts. Now, this is where this gets really pretty wild. And what it is that Ben Bernanke, had a speech, his helicopter speech, folks, and he did this not only in the United States, but he did this in Japan years ago. And they were in shock. And he was telling the Japanese government years ago that you're not going to get out of this, and it's going to go on for long periods of time. And now that's what's happened. So here, and the Bank of Japan and the government said, no, we're not going to do helicopter money. Well, we'll see whether they do it on a small basis, because inside of this news report right now, it is saying that this proposal, which we'll know tomorrow morning, or tonight, is going to include helicopter money to the tune, it's not much money, it's 15,000 yen, which would be in cash $1,470, that will be distributed to families on low income. So we'll see where that shakes out. Bottom line is that the package is to be announced a day ahead of time of the cabinet reshuffle, which is going to be on Wednesday. So there's going to be some action over in Japan tonight, which in fact will get some currency movements going. If we go up and we take a look at the yen for a second. So each and every time that the yen gets stronger, that is harder for the Japanese companies to make money. And what has happened is that, the yen right now, last 6 months, has gone from a price point of 120 down to 99. The thing that's amazing is that watching, that how much money they've actually thrown at the market, it is counterintuitive thinking that the yen is getting stronger versus weaker. That'd be like our Fed and our government just giving more money and more money and more money, printing, and the dollar keeps getting stronger versus weaker. So bottom line, we're going to know very quickly. Big Blue, IBM. Let's see what's going on with IBM. IBM closed at 161. IBM, it looks like they're in early talks to, let's see what they're saying. In a bid to grow its retail sector reach, IBM is in discussions to acquire rival systems that people familiar with. The conversations are still at the early stage and may first involve trials of rivals' iPad-based point-of-sale system, which is expected later this year. Let me go see if this is... Okay, so this company is a private company. This company provides a cloud-based point-of-sale system. The company's applications include login, order taken, order details. That's going to... management order systems are a big deal, period. There's no two ways about that. We go over to Amazon. We take a look at Amazon. What you're seeing with Amazon out here today, Amazon's at a new high. We are at the 767. Amazon was up 893. Google, different ball game. Now, Google came out with numbers, great numbers, goes topside, has volume, and guess what? Today what you did is this. You got to a higher high, you did 2.6 million versus 3.8 versus what it's trying to go into at 6.1. That's it with Google. So I suspect what you're going to see, Google back down again into this 748 area. And this is a tricky one too, man, because what you had on a short-term basis is that Google, right before their numbers, it was pushing into its swing point with volume. So that's saying, hey, guess what? It wants to take it out with volume. It does take it out with volume. You can make the case with an ABC up too. Bottom line is I don't think any of these are going to come to fruition. Why? Because underlying the market here, you have a lot of selling. In Google's case, the benchmark you want to keep your eye on is 769.90, and right now it's 772. Last week we did 11 million shares, and that was going into 14 million. And let's see. This is pretty cool. 778. It closed at 768. Wow. So this failed last week when it came out with numbers on price and volume as it went into its April 22nd area. Now it's even a better trade, actually, because we got above that today and we closed below it. And what we do have, of course, is that window dressing, realistically, is finishing up on Wednesday. We were just talking about the Tokyo market. In fact, let's go take a look at that Nikkei. So the Nikkei last night was up $66, 16,635. Hey, this is saying whatever they're going to do, it looks like they're going to put a little juice into it. So that's saying that if the yen gets weaker, this gives the Nikkei a chance to get higher. So that looks like the yen wants to get a little bit weaker tonight. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. And, folks, as we were just talking about the Nikkei, the Japanese markets, man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, okay, is going to be doing a Japanese candle workshop live. This is going to be on August 10th. It's going to be from 5 to 6 o'clock. It's one of his subscriber events for the subscribers of his newsletter, which is Mastering Probability. Now, you can come over to our website at TFNN. You can test drive Steve's newsletter for $49 for the month instead of $149. So $49 gets you into the workshop, which is going to be August 10th from 5 to 6. You get the newsletter for a full month, and then what you also get is that you get an additional course, Steve's money management course. And what is he going to talk about? Okay, what he's going to talk about is that the reversal patterns. He's going to talk about Japanese candlesticks' most important reversal patterns, how to identify the market's next move, when to pull the trigger by letting the market commit to you before you commit to it. Bottom line, this is what you're going to get: Mastering Probability. You're going to get the 90-minute money management workshop. Of course, you're going to get the full 1-hour workshop. And if, in fact, folks, you can't make it live, it is archived on your site for a full 30 days. So check it out on the front page of TFNN because I do expect this is going to get intriguing tonight to see how this does shake out as to what time the stimulus package is going to come in. Because, see, it was counterintuitive last week when the Bank of Japan didn't do anything. So picture this. The Bank of Japan didn't do anything. And with that said, what you still had is that you actually had bonds go down. And the bottom line is that you'd think that with the aspect that they're not doing anything, that is where what that would be saying is just the opposite, that bonds would have went higher and lower in yield, because what they're saying is that they weren't putting any more money into the market. Now, the market evidently is looking at, okay, well, the Bank of Japan didn't do anything. Now, what is the government going to do? And we're going to know tonight what the government's going to do. So what they're going to try to do is that they're going to try to weaken the currency and get the currency up into the 110 area, 120, 130 area, versus down into the 99 area. It's teetering. It's at 102 right now. So it was teetering at 100. If we bring this back a bit, what you're going to see on a monthly basis is that this came off the bottom really nice in 2011. It was 75 yen to $1. It goes all the way up to a price point of 124 yen. Now it's done a pullback. Now, that pullback that it's done is a normal pullback in a market that definitely could go higher. So if we take a look at the pullback, if you want to see something that's wild, and depending on how long you were listening, Steve Rhodes and myself, we were doing that show in the morning when we picked up that yen coming off the bottom. What we've done thus far is this. On a long-term basis, we're at 2016 now, right? You've done a 50% retracement of the move higher. On a long-term basis, folks, that's a normal retracement. So this is going to be a big number. And if we see this thing crack, meaning going higher tonight, you're going to get some major volatility in the currencies out here. I mean, big time, too. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at good old Alibaba. So Alibaba, folks, okay, we haven't looked at a long period of time. This is trading at $84.34. The high was right when it got out of the gate at 120. It goes 120, goes down to a price point of 57. Now it's looking to test this 85 area, which it's been in a consolidation for a year and a half. Let's see. I think the numbers. Yeah, they already come out with the numbers, so it doesn't look to me like they're gonna get much action going. What you did have over in China overnight is that Uber ended up doing a deal with the largest ride-sharing company in China. They were losing the fight. They finally threw in the towel, and now they're going to own a piece of it. Big players are in that whole deal. Apple had already put $1 billion behind the other company. There's a lot of players in that company, but bottom line, now they're going to go for the monopoly, and it's thank God that it's over there, not in the United States. That's what it really comes down to. We go take a look at the small caps. So the small caps, what the small caps haven't done yet is got over their high. They were pushing to do that today, and they just couldn't. Let's see. Now they missed it by 7 cents. So the small caps are going to be a heads up tomorrow, and this is why. The S&P tested its high, had lighter volume than the 20th, so that's a failure on price and volume. The Qs just are at higher price, lighter volume. Higher price means you can go higher. Now the small caps actually are pushing into the high of Friday, and this push was with volume. So I expect 121.76 is going to get hit tomorrow. We'll see if in fact it can do something. Let's go take a look at a few more equities that just come out with numbers. So THC, which is Tenet Healthcare, that closed at $28.91. That's trading at $28.22. Not bad. Well, it was down $1.70. Now it's down an additional 80 cents. Oh, this has some volume underneath it. Yeah. Well, this will be interesting to see if healthcare is going to fall apart. So let's see what the numbers are here. Healthcare has been down pretty good, actually. Actually, this looks like it's down on someone else's. I don't see. Tenet Healthcare. Yeah, the numbers aren't even out in Tenet Healthcare yet, and it's down. Okay, let's go look at IDTI. That must be another healthcare company that's out and that's bringing it down. IDTI, Integrated Device Technology, design, develop, market semiconductor products. That closed at $22.19. That's trading at $19.56. That's a little hit. Oh, and that's going to be a little problem child here. So this has a high volume low at 18.49. That's what it's going to go after. Let's see what they have to say. So earnings per share, the estimate was 36 cents. They made 36 cents. The revenue estimate was 191 million. They made 192 million. Bottom line is that they're saying that they made their profits. Let's see what they're saying in the future. IDTI announced the results of the fiscal first quarter ending July 3rd. First quarter revenue increased 19% year over year. The bottom line is that they're saying things are great, but guess what? Someone thinks that things aren't so great because they're selling the baby off after the close. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow finished down 27, NASDAQ up 22, S&P's down 3. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at tfnn.com.
Welcome back, folks. And, you know, the biotech industry in general is always pretty volatile. Now, Theranos, which is that blood testing startup, many have read about it. It was bottom line billions and billions in market cap. And guess what? The test didn't work. Well, today, this just came across the tape. Now, this is pretty sick. Theranos, the blood testing startup whose founder is facing a 2-year ban from the industry by U.S. regulators on Monday, presented a new testing technology at an academic meeting that was originally expected by many to be a scientific review of the company's early device. Called the Mini Lab, Theranos said the new technology can run one test at a time and fits on the tabletop. The company said it has submitted a test for the Zika virus to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for review. It's the beginning of the next phase of the company as we introduce our technologies to the world, Chief Executive Officer and founder Elizabeth Holmes said in a statement ahead of her presentation at the Association of Clinical Chemistry's annual scientific meeting in Philadelphia. We will also be working with academic institutions and other independent parties to validate and publish our results. Once lauded as potentially revolutionary company in the lab industry, Theranos has fallen far. U.S. inspectors said they found failures so severe that jeopardizes a patient's health at the Theranos lab in Newark, California. Those findings led to proposed sanctions this year that would ban Holmes from running a laboratory company for 2 years, along with monetary penalties and cancellation of payments from the federal health insurance programs. Experts have questioned whether the older technology works and how accurate it is. The thing that's amazing, right, is that, okay, so now they're on to something else. And the kicker inside this press release for me, folks, is this. This company's never going to go anywhere. It's already a scam, but they're going to rip it apart. And what it is, it's like, okay, so now the Zika we know is a bad deal. So what do they do in the press release? They put out, hey, we have a new, lab, okay, called the Mini Lab. And guess what? We just submitted a test of the Zika virus to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for review. Well, big deal. We all can do that, okay? Doesn't mean a thing. This is, they get themselves a problem in a big way. And, we'll watch the rest of the story play out, but there's some large players that got toasted and roasted in a huge way. The amazing part, to me, is that they're still out here. But guess what? They are. So tonight, what are we going to look for tonight? Well, what you're going to have, let's see, in 3.5 hours, You're going to have Australia open up. Then Hong Kong will open up, and then you're going to see Japan. Japan's going to be the number tonight, folks. And what I expect you're going to see, just looking at this chart, I expect you're going to see that the Nikkei is going to go higher. And it looks like somehow, and this is going to be a dicey one, how they're going to do this. It looks that the yen is at 102. And that came down hard on Friday also, but it looks like whatever that announcement's going to be, they're going to try to force that yen back to the top of the swing point, which is 107. So, that is going to be that's going to be some action, and that will throw action in our U.S. dollar, in the metals market, and we'll see whether it throws action in the broad market in general. But yes, the way that is set up, the correlation. This is what the real question is going to be. The correlations haven't been as direct as they have been in the past, meaning, as I said a little bit earlier, when the Bank of Japan really didn't do anything, that was divergence, meaning the way that the market actually moved. So we'll see tonight or there Tuesday morning exactly what we have here. But if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, great time to do it. You can go over to our website, test drive it. They'll put $25,000 paper money to your account. You can be trading those currencies tonight. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows, and whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night, safe night. Look forward to speaking right back here, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Wow! Go get them, folks.